And they won't buy it.
Maybe don't work at the same shift.
Yeah,
You know.
but sometimes I'll stay for 12 hours, so.
Right.
Both,
The
you know, so I
safety
get to intermingle with their shift.
Okay, I have 5 o'clock. If we would stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes. We have the minutes for January 2. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Not, minutes will stand as presented. We have a copy of the financial report. Are there any additions or corrections to the financial report? If not, financial report will stand as presented. Payment of the bills and have the clerk pay all other normal billings unreceived. Need a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Trudy, supported by Jean to pay the bills. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Thank you. Public comment section. You have 3 minutes to speak. I will now open the public comment section. Who would like to speak? Anita?
I will, thank you, Don. I wanted to bring up, a subject matter that we've had the last couple of board meetings, and that's, the FOIA Act. In December, I brought up that one of the statute required that you post your guidelines and procedures online for FOIA. I didn't get an answer, but you did come back in January and you answered another question that I had asked, but you still hadn't responded to this one, so I'm sorry, but I want to bring it up again. And I gave you a copy, Don, so you could follow along. And it is Act 442 of 1976, MCL 15.234.
Wait a minute, where are you at? on
I'm
that?
sorry, page 1 at the very top.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. 15.234, and there's a multitude of things. It's fee, limitation of total fee. The part I want to focus on continues on establishment of procedures and guidelines, creation of written public summary. And if you go over to page 2, down at the bottom, subsection 4, it states a public body shall establish procedures and guidelines to implement this act and shall create a written public summary of the specific procedures and guidelines relevant to the general public regarding how to submit written requests to the public body and explaining how to understand a public body's written responses, deposit requirements, fee calculations, and avenues for challenge and appeal. I'll skip around a little bit. It says if the public body directly or indirectly administers or maintains an official internet presence, it shall post and maintain the procedures and guidelines and its written public summary on its website. And then we'll skip over to continue at the top of page 3. A couple lines down, it says a public body that has not established procedures and guidelines, has not created a written public summary, or has not made those items publicly available without charge as required in this subsection, is not relieved of its duty to comply with any requirement of this act, and shall not require deposits or charge fees otherwise permitted under this act until it is in compliance with the subsection. As I stated the last time I brought this up, I've not found this posted on your website unless I'm just not finding it, and if I'm not finding it, please tell me. But I have looked at some other municipalities and they do have them posted on their website. And I'm just would like to know, I was hoping Lance would be here tonight, but I'm interested in finding out if you're going to get these posted on your website to be in compliance. Because and I have several FOIAs out there that I have not picked up because of fee charges, etc. So it's my intention to come in and pick up my documents free of charge because you cannot charge me for them. And I brought up last night with Lance something about publications of notices in the newspaper, and he was asked by Chuck DeGiovanni to get in touch with you about the requirement that the Three Rivers News has to put a public notice online. They cannot just rely on posting it in written paper. He said he was going to talk to you about that. I don't know that he had. But I just wanted to mention that to you because it brings into question meetings that have been held that have not met the compliance of the statute.
Okay, you are over 3 minutes.
Thank you.
For your comments.
I'm done. Thank you.
Do we have, sorry, public comment still open. Paige?
I just have a question. Have you guys thought about putting the phone calls back in for people that can't attend the meeting at 5 due to them being at work?
No.
Is that something that can be discussed?
No.
Okay.
Thank you for your comments. Any other comments before I close the public hearing? Okay, public hearing, public comment section is closed. Thank you for your comments. Correspondence, Lacey, you have anything?
I gave some stuff to Jean, but it's not really, it's just documents that I'd like filed for the month.
Okay. Zoning officers report, I didn't get one in time, well, there is no
There's nothing
report.
on it.
Report, no, no
Yeah.
report.
Okay,
Which is a good thing.
yeah. Planning Commission, report, Susie.
The planning commission last night voted to recommend to the township board that they, I gotta say this right. To approve the proposed amendments as presented for the changes, and Lance was going to forward that information to the county and let them do their thing, and then they'll send it back to you.
Okay, so Lance is forwarding that then to the County Planning Commission for their review and comments?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay. Thank you. Sewer report, nothing to report, but there is, an item farther down that we'll have to take action on tonight, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. Cemetery report,
Nothing really much to report. I did pick up one of our mowers and took the other one in for service. I should have that back in a couple of weeks, so come spring, we should be ready.
okay, thank you. Ambulance committee report, nothing, nobody's complaining, so things are going, must be going good. Office collection report, Jean?
Everything's going well, nothing different than normal. Dump passes, burn permits, in fact, kind of, people have dialed back a little bit.
Okay. Fire administration report, they have not met recently, so there is nothing to report on that. Number 14, we have to approve, for your approval tonight, an ordinance that the wastewater treatment plant has sent over. It's an industrial pre-treatment plan / significant user ordinance. This ordinance is crafted in case a large industry comes in that's discharging more than what we call domestic waste. We've been 2 years working on this ordinance. It is done, waiting for approval. the village will be sent this exact same ordinance for their approval at their meeting on the 21st, is that correct, Jeff?
Mm-hmm.
Both ordinances mirror each other, but because we are half owners, we have to prove it. If you'd like to read it, it is 165 pages long. I got to page 3 and fell asleep. Most of this stuff in here is technical data that is way over my head. Company in Grand Rapids, the guy's name is George Davis. This is what he does. He is state known for crafting these ordinances. We used him to craft it. Jones, Petrie, Rafinsky, JPR has reviewed it to see if it fits our needs. Lance has reviewed it. We reviewed it. It's gone back and forth a dozen times. This is the finished product, 165 pages. Again, if you would like to read it, if you can't sleep at night, you have insomnia, you won't get past page 4. And I got to 3. So up tonight is I need a motion to accept approval of the industrial pre-treatment plan / significant user ordinance.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
I have a motion by Vince, supported by Jean, to approve the ordinance as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried, thank you. Okay. Quite done. Vince, do you have any board comments?
No, sir.
Lacey? Jean?
No?
Judy? Only thing I do have is I'd like everybody to know, and Jean knows it, I don't know if I think the rest of the board knows this. Waste Management is raising their fees again for our people that want to take, waste up to the landfill. We pay it, that's not you. They raised it $2.50 more per dump pass. So it has now gone from $10 to $26.50. I mean, it has gradually gone up
I
to
think it's went up 3 times since I've been here.
It
Yes.
has short on it.
Is that now LSI?
LSR.
LSR,
Yeah.
okay.
When we originally started our dump pass program, it was $10, and through the years it has ramped up. And we just got a recent increase, now we got another one for $2.50.
We used to get 2 dump passes too, didn't we?
Yeah.
We used to give 2 dump passes, but
now.
we were giving out, we're giving out 400 or 500 dump passes a year.
Yeah, well, we
It's
give out
It's a
4 or 5 a
wonderful
week.
program, we don't have no intentions of cutting the program. I just want the people to know that this is what your tax dollars are going for. It gets you a free dump pass, so, but it's going up every year,
Is that the only facility that's local?
Yes,
that I'm aware of.
yes.
That's what I thought.
I'll say Nestle's in Niles, they have one too, I think.
Okay.
Let's see.
But do they have a landfill? I think they still take it to Waste
They
Management.
might.
Okay.
No public dumping, they're the only public dumping
Right, it's the only landfill.
within 100 miles of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Michiana's who got bought out by LSR,
Yeah.
not Waste Management.
So, I would entertain a motion to adjourn if we have nothing else.
I make that motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried, thank you.
Hey, Doc.